Former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84. Cheney's family confirmed he died of complications arising out of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. Dick Cheney was seen as the key architect of George Bush's War on Terror in the 2003 Iraq invasion. The press dubbed him as the most powerful vice president ever. Dick Cheney was born the son of a government conservation worker in Lincoln, Nebraska in 1941. He flunked out of Yale University and worked as a lineman for a power company in Wyoming. Cheney eventually graduated from the University of Wyoming and soon found his way to Washington. By the 1970s, he was rising fast, joining the Nixon administration and then becoming White House Chief of Staff under President Gerald Ford at just 34. For a kid from Casper, it was a stunning leap into the heart of American power. When Ford lost re-election, Cheney didn't fade. He ran for Congress in Wyoming and won. 6 terms later, he had built a reputation. Quiet, strategic, fiercely loyal to Republican orthodoxy, and never afraid to take a hard line. In 1989, President George H.W. Bush tapped Cheney as Secretary of Defense. Within months, the world changed. Cheney oversaw Operation Desert Storm, the campaign that drove Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait. He became part of the generation that reshaped the American military after Vietnam. Confident, modern, ready to project force. Then came 2000, and another Bush on the ballot. George W. Bush chose Cheney not just as a running mate, but as the steady hand behind the Oval Office.
I was impressed by the thoughtful and thorough way he approached his mission. And gradually, I realized that the person who was best qualified to be my vice presidential nominee was working by my side.
Months into the term, America suffered the deadliest attack in its history.
Right there.
Cheney retreated to secure bunkers as continuity of government protocols kicked in, and a vice president who preferred the shadows suddenly took the helm in crisis.
In this new century, war has come to us. The terrorists who attacked this country have declared themselves the mortal enemies of the United States and will be dealt with as such. Americans have no illusions about the difficulties that lie ahead. We cannot predict the length or the course of the conflict, but we know with absolute certainty that this nation will persevere and we will prevail.
What followed became his defining and divisive legacy. The invasion of Afghanistan, the 2003 invasion of Iraq, the global war on terror. Cheney embodied the most aggressive philosophy of American security in a generation, and the belief that the presidency and the vice presidency could stretch its authority in wartime. As the Iraq War dragged on and no weapons of mass destruction were found, Cheney's approval ratings fell dramatically. But he rarely backed down, arguing history, not headlines, would judge the decisions.
What we did in Iraq was exactly the right thing to do. If I had it to recommend all over again, I would recommend exactly the same course of action.
Cheney left office in 2009 with a reputation unlike any vice president before him. Feared, respected, criticized, studied. He battled severe heart disease for decades, surviving multiple heart attacks, a mechanical heart pump, and eventually a heart transplant. In recent years, Cheney's political voice softened in tone, but not conviction. He occasionally broke with his party, most notably supporting his daughter Liz Cheney as she confronted Donald Trump after January 6th. He later endorsed Kamala Harris in the 2024 U.S. elections. From Lineman to the Situation Room, from Wyoming plains to global war councils, Cheney shaped American power and left a legacy that will be debated for generations.